MAGA Republicans and Donald Trump really want to paint the FBI as politically corrupt, that they're in bed with Democrats because of Donald Trump's convictions. But in this next clip, Democratic Congressman Ted Lieu exposes that lie by detailing all of the people who were convicted, all of Donald Trump's henchmen who were convicted by attorneys general who were appointed by Donald Trump.
Trump advisor Roger Stone was convicted in a federal court, correct?
That's my recollection.
Trump donor Elliot Brady was convicted in a federal court, correct?
Also my recollection.
The Attorney General at the time for those two convictions was Bill Barr. Which president nominated Bill Barr for Attorney General?
President Trump.
Trump's former lawyer Michael Cohen was convicted on two separate occasions in a federal court, correct?
I believe that's correct.
The Attorney General at the time for Cohen's second conviction was Matthew Whitaker. Which president appointed Matthew Whitaker as acting Attorney General?
President Trump.
Okay. Trump's former campaign chairman Paul Manafort was convicted in a federal court, correct?
Yes.
Trump's former deputy campaign manager, Mr. Gates, was convicted in a federal court, correct?
That's my recollection.
Trump's campaign foreign policy advisor, George Papadopoulos, was convicted in a federal court, correct?
Yes, I think he pled guilty, yes.
The Attorney General at the time of those three cases was Jeff Sessions. Which president nominated Jeff Sessions for Attorney General?
President Trump.
You were the FBI director for all of those cases at the time. Which president nominated you?
President Trump.
Okay. What these facts show is we don't have a two-tiered system of justice. We have one Department of Justice that goes after criminals regardless of party ideology. All of these folks were convicted under the administrations of three separate Republican attorneys general. It is not the fault of the FBI that Donald Trump surrounded himself with criminals. Donald Trump brought that upon himself. Thank you to the FBI for exposing the cesspool of corruption of these Trump associates.
Now that was an amazing clip because Ted Lieu does his job and exposes the liars in Congress and Donald Trump, the king of the liars, and their whole attacks on the FBI, that the FBI is just corrupt and they're working with Democrats, when a lot of people were convicted by Republican-appointed AGs, and not even Republican-appointed AGs, Trump-appointed AGs. Now, that clip was interesting, and the names that Lieu dropped were interesting because you had all sorts of criminals around Donald Trump, including Roger Stone, Paul Manafort, Papadopoulos, all these people who were convicted by Trump-appointed AGs. But then you also had the names of multiple AGs because they couldn't stand Trump. And they couldn't stand the idea that this maniac was pressuring them to use the power that they had to promote him politically. Fascist, despotic type stuff. Which, that's who Donald Trump was. Now we're at a point where the entire Republican Party is out to protect and defend not us as citizens, but as Donald Trump and their own political aspirations. And so they're doing that by attacking the people who have sworn an oath to defend the United States. The FBI is the top law enforcement agency. They're some of the most professional people in the world. And you have a party who once called themselves the Law and Order Party now attacking them and saying they should be defunded. So Republicans are going to have a lot to answer for if they actually do defund the FBI, because Ray was asked about that today, and his response was nothing short of terrifying.
We would have hundreds more violent criminals out on the street, dozens more violent gangs terrorizing communities, hundreds more child predators on the loose, hundreds more kids left at those predators' mercy instead of being rescued. Scores of threats from the Chinese Communist Party being left unaddressed, hundreds of ransomware attacks left unmitigated, terrorist attacks, both jihadist-inspired and domestic violent extremists, not prevented, that would succeed against Americans. Single seizures of fentanyl. It is not uncommon right now for a single FBI office in a single operation to seize enough fentanyl to wipe out an entire state. So many, 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 many more of those lethal doses would be sweeping the country. We have close to 400, I think it is, somewhere between 300 and 400 investigations into the leadership of the cartels trafficking that fentanyl. So you would have a significantly greater threat from the southwest border from the cartels. So those are just a few things that would happen. Ultimately, the people most hurt by some ill-conceived effort to defund our agency, the people most hurt are the American people that live in every district represented on this committee.
That answer right there should put the Republican nonsense of defunding the FBI to bed. We should no longer hear any GOP congressman, any mega moron call to defund the FBI. But will we? Absolutely. Because the GOP, mega morons, Donald Trump, they don't like facts and reality. As long as they're being led by that wannabe dictator, that con man, that criminal, we are going to have these people attacking the people who are trying to protect us, attacking our democracy and attacking law and order.